Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm out at Moon Boot, my big jump line, and I'm here with Remy Metailler. He finally came to visit, and I'm gonna help him work his way through the line. It's gonna be a sick session. That's Stacey race style. Just step down. There we go. Now you're safe unless you fly over the corner. Just look at the lip as you're coming off this, because the lip is perfectly aligned with the bridge. Just perfectly aligned with the landing. Yeah. The first hit is always the scariest on features like this. Whoa! There's currently a hole in the landing, so don't land in the far left corner.
Yeah! Okay, let's warm up to Mark's gnarly line.
Yeah, you ready?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, here's where the line starts.
Okay.
So yeah, really quick, we're like in it right away.
Okay.
So we just put our bikes down here and we can walk through the section and...
Oh yeah. Now when it's a line like this, you definitely want to take your time.
For sure.
So I'm gonna work everything. I think game plan for me, I'm gonna watch you like session everything.
Okay.
I'm gonna study the line. I'm gonna work it, see what I feel comfortable and what intimidates me. And from there, I'll start warming up. Okay. And hopefully take feature by feature. And then if I'm comfortable and I can do the full line, then I'm sure I'll be doing 25 laps.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so here's the top. It's pretty flat and just like kind of pump tracky through here because the big step up you'll see in a minute is the first thing I built out here. I just saw the nice mossy gully and it was so photogenic that I wanted to utilize a feature with it. And I never really thought about the run-in, so I kind of figured out the run-in later. But yeah, this worked out pretty well. It was quite a bit of work to really play around with. Like, it's pretty flat, a couple little speed gaps, quite mellow. So this is really fun, and I've actually rebuilt this a couple times now, so the speeds are perfect. It took quite a bit of playing around with, but yeah, no braking, no pedaling. Like, you just hit that berm we walked through behind you there, and then we're chilling through here. Yeah, nice little mellow gap. The next jump's a little longer, but super low, like right at the ground here. And then you're into the first blind step down. So here's the first step down. And then that's pretty blind, but the lip angles you perfectly for that step up. And you right into the gully right off that. Pretty sick.
Yeah, it's like looking at it the first time like this.
Yep.
The jump itself doesn't, really like shows me any type of issue. Yeah. But you have to be precise because you get into a gully which is beautiful. Yep. And it's very unlikely that you go off track, but if you did, like you'll hit those trees at the bottom like at 40 km/h. So for sure. But I feel like coming here, you're going a pretty straight line. Yep. And you can actually see the kicker. You from can. Very far away. And so to me, like first time doing that gives me like really an angle of where I need to go. Yeah, whereas for sure. I don't love step downs because I can't see the landing. No, yeah, they're always blind. Hard, but I can spot that tree to the right, and that tree is the sweet spot for the landing. And I can see for direction, so for length, I've got the tree on the right hand side that shows me how far I need to jump, and for direction, I've got the takeoff. So I feel pretty good about it, honestly. Yeah, and this lip's been rebuilt a few times, so if you follow it off right in the middle here, like right through the middle, if you see it, it'll line you up for the middle of that bridge. And there's also the stump right there, which has been chopped down a little bit too. It was originally higher. Also, like the bridge is 4 feet wide, which is way wider than most trails. Yeah. So it's just like the visual aspect of it makes it mentally more scary. But the first time you hit it and it lines up, you're like, oh, that's like, that's chill. It's pretty mellow. Okay, so coming down this landing, like we said earlier, it seems like a snipe landing, but it's actually about 4 feet wide. And so is the bridge. And as long as you're on the landing, you'll hit the bridge, no problem. I don't think anyone's ever missed this bridge before. Well, I'm not the first one to miss it. Yeah, yes, I've seen people come close, but it's like, the bridge is 4 feet wide. That's wider than most trails, like I was saying. And it's all like nice cedar slats. This was all hand milled.
and then it just gradually transitions into this dirt takeoff in the bank here. And yeah, you can see like when you're up close, the compression's pretty mellow.
Yeah, compression actually doesn't look too bad. Like the takeoff is like nice and it seems predictable. I can see the compression right here, but it's far enough from the actual point where you jump that it's not gonna be an issue. It seems very well built, but for me it's intimidating. Like I'm not used to do
like steeper, like, more dirt jumpy lines. Yeah.
It's not something I've done much.
Yeah. It's quite gradual though, like the transition here is really smooth. And then it's just like lightly carved out of the bank. And the lip doesn't get too poppy off the top. You can see here, it's quite mellow, maybe like a 45-degree angle, maybe not quite. So that's a little more mellow than most dirt jump lines. And we're on bigger bikes, so we want a more gradual lip that leads us to that top edge. Yeah, that's how it's set up. The gap's actually quite short. So if you come look at this up close, it's not really that long of a gap.
But the thing is that you're gonna go really high, so.
You'll go high, yeah, and you can like, what's cool with this jump is as you get more comfortable with it, you can push yourself more and more.
For sure.
And you can pop more and more. So like even if I haven't been here in a while, my first few laps today, for example, I'll be probably landing a little more inside on the left because I'll be like brake checking more than I should. And I'll be chilling a bit. Then as I get that like familiar feeling on how the jump rides, I'll start tapping the brakes less down the dirt landing there. I'll be popping harder. I'll be aiming for this tree right behind you and aiming for the outside. And what's nice is like you have lots of room for air down here for whatever angle you want to land at. The catch berm there is quite mellow with a long radius, so it gives you a lot of room to play around. And you're not carrying a ton of speed through this line. It's more of like slow poppy dirt jump flow. So you're just cruising, following the grade. You're not really trying to charge everything here.
Do you, when you land on the right hand side, do you tap the brakes at all, or do you go no brakes?
Yeah, I usually tap the brakes a little bit. When I first built this jump, I actually had to like push through really hard to not case, but this jump is almost 5 years old now, so now that it's hardened up and it's
fast.
A lot faster. It's a lot faster, which is, yeah, it's like good and bad. Like I want to keep building up the slip even higher and steeper, but I just get caught up with my other builds. Yeah, this is fun though. Like once you like get the speed really good one time, you know it, and you know like how lightly to brake check. And I mean, everyone's different. If you're a heavier rider, it's probably more braking. We're lighter riders.
We're pretty similar, so.
Yeah, and like that's what I find. Like sometimes I go to zones, I don't know about you, they're like steeper, bigger jumps, and it's easy for me to case stuff being a lighter rider.
Yeah, I feel like when it's fairly slow, like I don't really notice.
Yeah.
But when you get to really high speed, lighter riders don't carry as much speed.
For sure.
I've seen that at Freeride Fiesta.
Yeah.
Where some of the super light riders were like struggling to make some of the jump, whereas the heavier rider were not even trying.
Yeah.
But on something like that, I don't think there would be so much of a difference between a light and heavier rider.
No, not a ton. All the things I build are fairly easy to clear on this line at least. So.
Well, I'm always scared to clearing is one thing I've never really have much issue. I usually have issue with overshooting.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So, but on a jump like that, since it's gonna be so leapy, I am definitely gonna be going. I can picture myself going a bit slower than I should.
Yeah. Okay.
Just because I'm nervous.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and it's the kind of lip too. Like you can pop. If you feel like it's a little slow, like just give it that bit of extra pop.
Yeah, well, when I go fast, I tend to like
you'll squash.
Absorb.
You're on a racer style. Yeah.
So when I panic, I usually
do the opposite. Yeah. So maybe like first lap down this, you follow my speed off the step down, and then when you commit to the jump, it's like one light brake check on the lip. Don't try to pump or pop through it. Just cruise it.
Yeah.
Because when you're not trying to pop this jump, it's a lot easier to clear.
Of course.
Like as soon as you start popping, you just go up, up, up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then you're into this next section here. This is, quite long. You know about long, but it transitions really gradually into a nice berm. And I love building that way. I love just to like work with the landscape, follow the shape of the forest. So I definitely carved out a lot here. There's some big boulders sitting there still.
I'm definitely going to remove that.
Are you worried about that one?
Just in case.
Yeah, I mean, we could try to toss it over the berm if you want.
For sure.
Okay.
I'll be more comfortable.
Okay. I think both of us can probably just roll it.
Yeah.
A few times up the berm. Pack the berm at the same time. There we go. Good.
That's gonna help my confidence.
Now you're safe unless you fly over the corner. Keep Keep it as smooth and safe as possible. Next section of the trail here, coming through these berms, it is so tempting just to charge them as fast as you can because they're kind of like long radius, nice lineup, very bike parky feeling. But you actually like keep a really mellow, cruisy pace off it because it leads you into this pretty tight lily pad, and you want to kind of aim outside on this lily pad here. And speed is no problem. Like, I actually brake quite a bit and then pop. I mean, I know you're kind of like more race scrubby style, but you do want to really slow down and pop on and off this, because that final gap at the bottom there, you don't need a lot of speed for, and it has the biggest compression. So okay, that like there's no compression to worry about there. It's all at the bottom jump here, and this is probably the scariest jump at the very bottom here. Yeah, that reason. That lily pad doesn't phase me at all. No, it's nice and mellow. Yeah, it's just come into it as slow as possible just to set yourself up for the jump. Yeah, it definitely is a jump. Yeah, let's take a close look at that one. So like, because I guess you can hit that feature without doing the jump before. You can. So normally if I just want to session this last feature right here, what I'll do is start on the first step up landing and like no pedal or anything. You just cruise, pop on and off the lily pad, light brake check on this landing, so and then pop it. Yeah, you can if you just want to go slower and just pop it. I mean, it's a really long landing, you'll see in a minute, and it's better to go like halfway down it than case it. It's got a nice mellow case ped on it as well, but yeah, you'll quickly realize like if you really try to charge to this line, everything's an overshoot. Okay, so you're standing right in the middle of that compression that I'm talking about. That is definitely the tightest compression of the whole line. What do you think of that one? Pretty tight transition. You know what? Like, this is definitely, I can tell the compression is gonna absorb a lot of energy on the bike. Yep. I wish my setup was a bit stiffer actually, but my bike is set up for, you know, the stuff I normally do at home, which has heavy compression, but not of the same style. The bike doesn't have to recover for, you know, a takeoff right after, but I think it'll be alright. This feature probably does not scare me as much as the first tip. I think this is a bit more straightforward. The landing is longer. Yep. The reason I give people a warning on this one is because I just don't like how this jump rises much. Okay. Because the compression does throw you off a little bit, like more than it looks. And I've never been able to figure it out. Like, if you look at the slip up close, like it's pretty mellow from the side. I've rebuilt it a few times. I've actually like really made it solid. I got the curves, like the radius from Jordy Lunn, from like a jump he had that was really dialed. So like on paper, theoretically, everything should just run so well, and it's never felt that good. So it's just never felt the way I want it to feel. That doesn't necessarily mean it's dangerous. It just kind of throws me off a bit personally. So I like to give people an extra heads up. Yeah, no, for sure. I appreciate that. I mean, I feel like I've got enough experience to understand that there is a big compression here, just by the speed you'll be carrying and the angle of the compression before, but also the time that the bike has to recover between a downhill slope and an upper slope. There is basically one bike length, which is not enough for your suspension to compress, come back to the initial position and compress again. So you're gonna land, there will be no impact on the landing basically, but your bike is gonna compress, and it's gonna stay compressed from there all the way to the moment you actually are in the air. So this is why it's gonna be tricky, but I feel like knowing about it and being able to anticipate it is the way to go. Obviously, I wish I had like more time riding similar feature so I could know like how the bike feels. I definitely wish I had my flat pedals on and a stiffer spring, but we'll make it work, hopefully. Yeah, that's the biggest thing, is you're compressed going off the slip. The gap is quite long, but speed is no problem. Like I was telling Remy, you want to chill as hard as you can on that lily pad above so you're not overshooting everything. I mean, it's a long landing, it's big, but I've still overshot this one. It's got a nice wide open run out though. There's really no obstacles or hazards in the way, and this trail was going to be longer. I ended it here because I found a new spot I was excited on. That's where Sharknado is. Yeah, this has been like this for a few years now, and it's still holding up. The landing looks pretty cool now. It's like starting to moss over. Yeah, and that's the line. I think you got it. Yeah, no, I'm excited. Nervous though. Okay, dude, so that's it. I'm gonna get to the top, gear up, and we'll start sessioning our way down the line, slowly work our way down, and I'll help you through it. Let's get it. Just look at the lip as you're coming off this. Because the lip is perfectly aligned with the bridge, which is perfectly aligned with the landing.
Yeah, that makes
so
sense.
It all sets you up.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna follow you while you jump it.
Okay.
I'll stop, but that way that just reassure me with the speed and the line.
Okay, sounds good. First running?
Yeah.
All right. Pop this, nice and pumpy. I love these two little jumps. They set me up perfect for this step down. And then to step up. Okay, we're gonna stop here. That step down is running really fast today, so I gotta give Remy a heads up. I actually braked for the step down. I'm like going pretty slow. I mean, I landed really high up it, but you don't need speed through this whole line. You're chilling here. I took a light brake tap for the step up and then I popped it, but I didn't really outside it. Like, it was my first hit of the day, so didn't really blast it. Oh, chainsaw tool. Okay, Remy's first attempt on the step down. He's got it. Yeah! Woo! That was sick.
I was definitely a bit too far left, huh?
A little bit, but you had lots of room still.
Yeah, no, I was chilling, but I need to keep that in mind.
Yeah. It's more chill than you think, the whole line. Like, that was a good reminder because I haven't rode in a while.
I'm gonna do it again while it's fresh.
Okay.
I had perfect speed, but my pop was, I should aim a little bit more to the right.
Hey, Remy's going for his second run on the step down, then he's gonna watch me on the step up.
The speed is massive. Okay, Mark coming for the step down.
Whoa, I went a bit inside on that. That's an example of, like, if you're gonna go that speed, commit to the big tree. Don't stay on the rider's left in the air. I took a bit of a brake check and I popped, but like at the speed I should have aimed outside out here. But I stayed inside for some reason. I was just like comfortable with my line, and
so you landed,
I landed pretty deep. It's still smooth if you land like almost a bike length down. You just don't want to like go right to the bottom.
Can you go right to the bottom?
I have. I've like tried to go as high as I can off this before, and I've landed like.
Walk me through it. So you did a bit of a brake tap on the step down.
A bit of brake tap, then I gave it a really good pop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whoop. Alright. Lap 3 of Tone and Remy. Love this step down. Boom. Oh, that felt so good. I might just have to keep going. So slow pop, and pop. Good first lap, top to bottom. The last jump felt better than I remember. Maybe because I had my bike set up so stiff today. Maybe because I was really thinking about that compression. Let's go see how Remy's doing. Yeah, this felt so good. I had to do a full lap, but man.
Alright, let's see. You make it look like very easy.
It's so easy to clear right now. Like
you know, I can tell, like, behind you.
Like, you could just chill on it. And the compression on the last jump wasn't even that bad because I was preparing for it. I was like, oh, that like feels better than I remember.
The compression here really doesn't seem bad at all.
No, it's super mellow.
My bike is actually quite dialed for that.
Nice. Okay, so Remy's taken like 5 or 6 run-ins now. His run-in is looking really dialed, but this jump is definitely messing with his mind a little bit. Seems pretty scared of it and just wants to make sure it's so perfect on the first go. So I think he's got it. He looks really good, and he's gonna take another run in here. I'm gonna assure him of his speed and let him know what I think. Here he comes for another. Yeah. Man, you're looking clean coming into it.
No, I know. At this point, I've done so many run-ins.
Oh yeah, yeah, you're set.
I just need to go.
The first hit is always the scariest on features like this. He's telling me he's doing another run-in, but I think he might actually go for it. That's a good mental strategy. Yeah. It's really good to be fine-tuned with your riding and precise and think of every little thing, but it gets to a point where you can't overthink things, and I think he might be at that point, but I know he's got it. I just want to see him hit it, clean it. He's gonna be dialed. Like, he's looking great coming into this thing. Yeah, dude, you got this, you got this.
Wow.
Whoa, that was deep, dude.
Holy crap.
Yeah, you went deep, dude. Like,
I went huge.
Yeah.
I had the feeling that I had to brake for this thing.
It's running so fast right now too, like, that's why I was like,
and I braked.
I'm gonna tell him to case it before I tell him to like try to push through, because there's no way you need that speed. Especially right now, like it's running scary fast right now.
I didn't know if I was gonna hang on to the bike.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Remy likes to go fast and stay lower and scrub things, and his riding style, even when he's trying to chill, naturally he's gonna push through stuff harder, and that was an insane pop. He was way at the bottom there. Hopefully this second hit is a lot cleaner for him. Yeah, nice and easy. Dialed.
You basically just go just as fast as you can to grease the landing. You want to pop this one, tiny brake tap?
Tiny brake tap, yep. And then if I push through and pop it, then it's easier to go deep. I like in the best line clip, I like really boosted and I was like halfway down that landing. But that's not gonna happen unless you're like really popping it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But do you advise me if I go very slow here? Because for me, I think it's gonna be easier to go very slow here, barely make the gap, and then go no brakes. What do you think?
Probably, yeah. Yeah, I think so. I mean, you can watch me hit it first and see my speed, and that will like, I think it's gonna click really fast once you see that.
Sounds good.
So I'm gonna help Remy through this last feature here by riding it a little different than usual. I'm gonna hit the lily pad at a really slow speed and then make up for my speed right before the jump, so you can see how slow you can actually hit it at. Nice and slow through the turns, just enough to make it. Brake check. Whipping. Yeah. Go really slow to the lily pad, and then like just enough speed to get off the lily pad, and then I gave it like a light brake check, solid pump, and then popped it. Yeah, I mean, this has such a big case pad and such a long landing. There's a lot of room for error here.
What do you call the case pad, like this?
Yeah, I guess it's kind of a case pad. I mean, it's pretty soft dirt still. That lip is like pretty, whoa, like it hits you. Not like kicky, but like it's kicky for a certain trick. So like for someone like me who's a dirt jumper, like I personally would like rather just backflip that over doing like a Superman or something, just because of the way that you get kicked on it.
Can you just redo it?
Yeah, for sure. There is currently a hole in the landing, so don't land on the far left corner. You got this, buddy? Yep, that's it, that's it. Yo! Bolted it. Perfect. A nice job fighting through that mental block and just like fighting through that. That was sick. That was clean.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do it again.
Full laps. Okay, dude, you got the whole line now, top to bottom. That is sick. Let's do a train. That's Daisy race style. Yeah, dude. Oh, that was fun. Yeah, dude.
It sounded like you were really close to me.
No, I wasn't that close.
It felt like it, so.
No.
Sick, so.
Like the speeds are perfect. You weren't going too slow for me.
Yeah, awesome. Nice one, dude.
That was fun.
Oh, sick.
All right, Remy, that's a wrap. So sick to show you the trail finally.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, what do you think?
Had a blast. I was definitely a bit nervous at first, but once I started to ride and like tick feature by feature, I felt really good. And at the end, I had like no fear whatsoever. And
yeah,
just was having a blast. I did so many laps. So
yeah, that was so good.
I was sick.
Just getting after laps at the end of the day there, chasing the last bit of light.
And
that was an unreal day.
Now I'm gonna be chasing the ferry.
Yeah, that's the move. All right, thanks for watching, you guys, and see you in the next video. Peace out.